Oh, very nice.
Right.
So we went right from the airport, and we got to meet some folks on Twitter who were Sun Devil fans. They told us where to meet them in the parking lot to tailgate. We just had a spectacular time.
Yeah.
And then the next day we went out, and 6 days in a row. We played every day, and boy, there are some great courses out there.
Oh yeah, Scottsdale area, Phoenix area has got tons of them, and Tucson's got even more. It's a beautiful state to play golf in. I do have to ask you a question though. Being a New Englander, have you ever played at the Biddeford Saco Country Club in Saco, Maine? I
have not got up to Maine to play that course. That's one of the many on the list, and with Sable Oaks and all those other courses up there. Just dying to get up to Maine and play more golf.
I played there because I go there every summer for vacation. It's where my family lives now, in Saco, not at the country club. But on the number one tee, there is a small little plaque that says that the front nine of the Biddeford Saco Country Club was originally designed and built in 1927 by Donald Ross.
Really?
Everywhere else in the world, if it's a Donald Ross course, they scream it. Donald Ross course, come play the Donald Ross course. In Maine, it's like, oh yeah, Donald Ross designed it. Have a good time.
Right. And it's funny you say that. A lot of the same line along those same lines is Cape Cod. Boy, oh boy. I mean, I belong to the tour of Greater Boston where we go out and we play tournaments. Obviously, I'm not crazy about the tournament piece of it. It's fun and I like putting a score up and everything. But I go because we play a lot of private courses. Like this past Monday, we played the Wiano Club, which is a Ross course. Mm-hmm. The week before that, we played Willow Bend. We played Woods Hole, and just some fabulous courses. And it's amazing how many Ross courses are in this area.
Yeah. And you have to just follow the train tracks, man, and you'll find Donald Ross courses because he traveled everywhere by train.
I am going to raise my hand as somebody who lives in San Diego and say, Joe, I appreciate the fact that you went to Arizona. I have played in Arizona too. The one thing that's great about playing in Arizona, especially if it's June through October, is that if it's a 400-yard par 4, you can take out a 9-iron and reach the green because you hit it 150 and it'll bounce and roll the other 250.
Right.
But they're in California. I understand that there's a course or two worth playing. I think one's called Pebble something. The other is Torrey something. There's a rumor going around that we have some decent golf out here. Why have you not graced us with your presence?
Well, a lot of it was the business I was in. I just never got out that far because it was territorial. But I have played some courses in California. I played, as a matter of fact, last January, the last trip we did before COVID, my wife had on her bucket list to go to the Rose Bowl parade. So I said, all right, I'll make a deal with you. I'll go to the parade, but you're going to the football game. So it worked out perfect for us. I mean, we had, I bought the tickets to sit in the bleachers for the parade. And then I said to her, okay, I'll let you pick what team we're going to cheer for in the Rose Bowl because I really don't care. Would you rather have a shirt with a duck on it or a badger on it? And of course she picked a duck. So we sat with the Oregon fans. We had a great time. But then we went down to San Diego for 3 days and I actually played Madeiras.
Yeah.
What a great course. Boy, I got to play with a member, had a great time. What a really nice course that was. So I played there. I played a couple up near LA. I played Angeles National, which is a Nicholas course. And I played Trump National. So a couple of courses in California. I got to get out there more without a doubt.
We will allow it.
Thank you. You have placated him. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to delve a little deeper into technique because you've said a few things that I find intriguing, and I want to delve deeper into how to do this stuff. We have Joe Fellini, who has played 380-plus golf courses. Talk about an addict, man. Wow. We are coming right back, so hang with us. We are the Approach Shot.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Men, want to feel younger, stronger, leaner? You don't have to slow down after 40. Frank Thomas found the secret to staying in shape with the energy and drive of his 20s.
Man, you look like you could still hit it a mile.
I feel great, too.
What gives?
After 40, men slow down. It's harder to stay in shape.
Why?
Our free testosterone levels drop. It happened to me. And then I found Nugenix Total T.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. Nugenix Total T helps provide even more energy, performance, testosterone, and muscle-boosting ingredients for even better results. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GRIT to 321321. Samples are not available in stores.
Well, wait. When you can do something about it now.
I gotta try Nugenix Total T.
Text GRIT to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. That's GRIT to 321321.
And thanks for hanging, coming back. I'm John Ashton. He is Neil Michaels, Joe Fellini, an avid golfer. Avid probably is not a strong enough word, man. Would you say?
Well, I love it. I'll tell you that. It's just a ton of fun. I mean, I love getting out with my friends. Today I went out and played, and I played with 3 strangers, and we had a blast. So,
they are now 3 friends, are they not?
They will be, yeah.
Isn't that the best part? The last time I went and played, I played with a guy who's a friend who brought his teenage son, who played very well for his age, and we ran across 2 other people that got put in our group. And I now have them in my phone, and I call them when I'm ready to go play. This weekend, I'm going to go hit, and I'm going to call Rob and say, "Hey, Rob, remember me? We played." And we did that a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to. I've already got a tee time, but how about next week?" And so that is the greatest part about the camaraderie is you just don't have to do much except play together and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the things,
and don't take it too seriously.
That's right.
That's the reason to have fun, or the ability to have fun, is to not take it or yourself too seriously. But you mentioned that you play a lot of private courses. How do you do that? Because I know you're not a member of a lot of private courses.
No, like I said, a lot of it is the tour of Greater Boston that I'm on. We play a lot of private courses. They do a phenomenal job of getting us on private courses. Sometimes it's winning auctions. I go to some charity events, and my friends and I, we've all won auctions, and we played some nice courses because of that as well. Or sometimes, because I do have a bit of a presence on Twitter, not a big presence, but I've bumped into some people there who have said, "Hey, come on out when you're in this area. I'll get you on my course." As a matter of fact, our golf trip for 2020 was supposed to be to Ireland. Mm-hmm. And as you can imagine, that didn't happen.
No.
Yeah. So we moved it to this September, and it sounds like there's a chance it's going to happen.
Very cool.
But when we were originally talking about it, and I like to get on places like Twitter and talk to people and say, "Hey, have you gone to Ireland? Are you from Ireland? Give me some recommendations on courses." So we built this unbelievable trip to go over there. I mean, we're playing Tralee, Lahinch, Ballybunion, Waterville, Old Head, Dukes. We're playing some great courses. So this guy from Killarney said to me on Twitter, "Hey, do you have a day off? Because I belong to the Killarney Golf Club and love to have you out to play." Yep. So sometimes it's just stuff like that, too, where it just falls into place that you're going to be in the right place at the right time.
You're dying to sing, aren't you, John? You're just dying to sing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Danny boy?
Have you done the St. Andrews trip, Scotland already, or is that going to come after Ireland?
That's going to come after Ireland. Okay. We're planners. So we've actually got the next 3 years are planned out. If Ireland does happen this year, the next 2 are going to be, we're going to make our way to Wisconsin, and we're going to do Erin Hills, all the courses up by Sand Valley, Mammoth Dunes, and then go over to Whistling Straits and finish the trip there. Yeah. And then after that is going to be St. Andrews.
Got a recommendation for you, because this past weekend I was invited up to the grand opening of the American Dunes golf course. We had in Grand Haven, Michigan. And it's a Jack Nicklaus course, and Jack was there, and Nancy Lopez was there, and a bunch of Kid Rock was there, a bunch of people. Man, it's a great course. But they took out 1,400 trees when they redesigned it. And they found out that there wasn't, you're only a half mile from Lake Michigan, and there wasn't a whole lot of dirt under those trees. So there are not only bunkers everywhere, but there's natural sand everywhere.
Right.
And nothing to stop the wind.
No. And, the cold water and the warm ground, I mean, it's just a 20-mile-an-hour wind, And the thing about a golf course with wind is it's always in your face. Doesn't matter what direction you're going in. It's always in your face.
Without a doubt. I played 2 holes that one went one way came back the other way, and I had the wind in my face both holes. And I said, "How is this possible?"
Hey, Joe, you're for what you do for a living, you're a specialist in booking people. I mean, you mentioned travel specifically, and you do a lot of booking for people to go to Italy. Have you ever played there? Or first of all, you and I are going to talk, because when we get back on a plane, my wife and we're headed back to Italy, and I want Joe to book me.
Excellent. But, we actually, I played one course over there. It was in Tuscany, a little south of Florence. The reason I picked that course was proximity, because Florence is just my favorite city in the world. I absolutely love Florence, Italy. Secondly, I like to play courses that have a story. And the story here was that this course was actually used one time for the Italian Open. And I'll tell you how long ago this was. Bernhard Langer won it when they had the Italian Open there. But I love stuff like that. I like to look at Ryder Cup courses and things like that. I just really enjoy playing courses that have some stories to them.
Yeah, that's like Valhalla here. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, and that played Valhalla a couple times for media days and things like that. Other than that, when I drive by, they close and lock the gates. But there are a couple of courses in this area. I recommend this to everybody who we get on the show who plays golf. But the Pete Dye course at French Lick Resort in French Lick, Indiana. Have you been there at all?
Have not. And it's funny you say that course, because this is how much of a golf nerd I am. And I'm a list maker too. So I was making a list the other day, and I actually put it up on Twitter about a week or so ago. I said, the one public course I want to play in every state. And I picked one for every state. And some of them have stories. Some of them are, I have friends who played the course who said it was great, like Rio Seco in Vegas. Not the best course there, but I have a friend who played it and he loved it and said, you got to play there. But the Dye course at French Lick is the course I want to play in Indiana. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's on the highest point in the state of Indiana.
Oh, wow.
Because Indiana is flat for the most part once you get north of the French Lick area. But the whole concept of French Lick, I mean, at the resort, it's in 1931, it's where FDR announced he was going to run for president. They had the Democratic National Committee meeting there. Duncan Hines was the executive chef there in the 30s. And also they have a Ross course where the 1923 U.S. Open was played. And but man, that is like the toughest golf course I have ever played. Pete Dye, there's a statue of Pete Dye in front of the clubhouse that says, "Golf is not a fair game, therefore why should I design a fair course?"
Right. Right.
It's like, it's not fair, Pete. You're a sadist, man.
Well, I get what you're saying. I mean, that ocean course, the Kiowa Island, don't get me wrong, my favorite course I've ever played in my life, number one on the list. But like you said, diabolical.
How many golf ball dozens did you go through?
Oh my God, please don't even get started. I do have a great story about that course if you want to hear it.
Sure, yes.
Of course. We were playing it 3 or 4 years ago, and beautiful day, perfect weather, no wind, believe it or not. And we're on the 10th fairway. And when you're going down the 10th fairway, on the right side, there's these big mansions that are set back overlooking the 10th fairway. So our caddy that we had, my caddy I had, was in the group with Phil Mickelson when he was playing a practice round for the PGA. So he's standing in the 10th fairway, and this is when he had Bones as his caddy. Right. Up on the top floor of one of these houses on the roof, the guy had a big party going on, and he had a tent going and music and food. And Phil said to Bones, "Give me 3 balls." He took 3 balls. He autographed all 3 of the balls. And do you know he took a wedge and he hit all 3 of them up on the roof of that
house? I don't know which is harder to do: hit 3 balls under the roof with a wedge, or get your whole name on a golf ball.
Right, especially with Mickelson.
Yeah,
right. I think I'd just write Phil if I was.
Yeah. There you go. They'll probably get the job done.
For golfers who are intense golfers, I have taken to carrying my clubs with me everywhere. Even though my wife was like, "We're not going to be able to fit everything if you bring your golf clubs." It's like, well, then pick out some stuff not to bring because the clubs are going,
Right.
Because it's always great to go and you can always find somebody to play with. That's the beauty of this game.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other beauty is you don't have to be good to enjoy it.
That's right. Well, but you have to be smart enough to not let yourself get upset.
Yeah.
It takes some time for people who play infrequently to realize, if I'm not going to play often enough, I shouldn't have high expectations.
Yeah.
And when you wrap your head around that, it's a lot more fun game.
And as long as you just don't play slow, man, no one will hold anything against you, man.
That's right. That's right.
I always used to say when I was younger, I'm bad, but I'm fast and bad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to hold you up. In fact, I may add a little humor to your round.
Absolutely.
We talk a lot about golf, and we talk a lot about enjoying a beverage on the course. And I've got a 6-pack for Joe.
Really?
Yeah, don't get all excited, Joe. We'll be right back. We are the Approach Shop.
If you want a good cigar, you go to a good cigar shop. You want the best, you go to Famous Smoke Shop. Let us deliver your favorite